U.S. indices skyrocket after Trump softens his tone. Before we start, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by XNS, the world's leading retail brokerage firm, offering ultra-fast execution and no overnight fees. Look for a link in the description below. The Nasdaq 100 has rallied rather significantly pre-market as Trump has suggested that he believes that a China deal is going to be made, and of course has stepped away from the idea of trying to fire the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. That being said, it's probably worth noting that the market was already consolidating a bit, and I do think that we are in the midst of trying to form some type of bottom. It is going to be a very difficult process, but there is a huge area of about $2,000 or so that seems to be attracting a lot of volume. I think this is a market that longer term traders are starting to think about again because it has dropped 20%. And quite frankly, there is the possibility of trade deals being done fairly soon, according to the White House. And if that's the case, each trade deal should be a net positive for the stock market, so I'm looking for short-term pullbacks in the Nasdaq 100 to perhaps take advantage of for short-term trades, at least until we get some type of deal with the European Union, the Japanese, and the Chinese. The Dow Jones 30 has gapped to the upside and is now threatening the crucial 40,100 area. This is an area that's been important a couple of times in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how we behave here. But with this gap, one would assume that there could be a bit of a pullback. That pullback might end up being a buying opportunity as well. Notice how the volume is so much heavier over the last week or so than it was on the way down. And that shows that there is real interest in trying to get back into stocks. So really all we need at this point in time is some type of good news. The S&P 500 has also gapped higher during the trading session and looks a lot like the Dow Jones 30. Ultimately, the S&P 500 will move right along with the other two indices, and the fact that we have PMI numbers coming out of the United States during the session might add more fuel to the fire in one direction or another. It looks at this point in time as if the 5,000 region is going to be the floor in the market. And it's possible that the 5,500 level becomes a bit of a ceiling as we had a small gap there and have previously seen a failed double bottom. Again, I think a lot of this comes down to the tariff negotiations more than anything else, because we have had days where Trump suggested that the tariffs were going to be paused for 90 days and the market shot straight up in the air as a reaction. In fact, we're about to take that massive candlestick out to the upside if we can find a little bit of momentum, so that is a positive sign. My name's Chris, I work for FXEmpire. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more analysis.